What is going down, YouTube? Danny G here, checking in. It's been a while. Hope everyone's been well. Just wanted to make a quick congratulations video to the Phoenix Suns on making it to the NBA Finals. Being a Warriors fan out here in the Valley of the Sun, and of course with the Warriors being out of it, losing in the play-in tournament to the Lakers in that close game, I was rooting for the Suns in this playoff series. It would be really cool, and I think they will do it now. It would be awesome to see them win the Larry O'Brien Trophy for the first time in Phoenix. Now, I've gone to a lot of Warriors-Suns games throughout the years, and their fans are always loyal, no matter how bad the team is, and that's a lot similar to how the Warriors fan base was for years, and will always be for years when they were a horrible team. So there's nothing better in sports as a fan than when your team sucks for years, is shitty for years, and then all of a sudden you see them on top. And they're not quite on top yet, but I can see them beating either the Bucks or the Hawks. Series is tied 2-2 right now. That game's going on. But what a run for the Phoenix Suns. They kind of came out of nowhere last year. They won 8 games in the bubble. Monty Williams, second-year head coach. And then this year they just kind of come out of nowhere. And they ended up being the number 2 seed, which they were the number 2 seed for most of the season, I believe. The Jazz were the 1 seed and the Suns were the 2 seed. That was pretty much how it was for most of the year. Everyone expected the Lakers to probably be the 1 seed before the season started, but that did not end up happening. And then when they got to the playoffs, they ended up being down 3 games to 2 to the Lakers, but they came back and won it in 7. They sweep the Nuggets, which I'm pretty sure everyone expected after they came out just on fire in Game 1, dominating the Nuggets on all ends of the floor. But then, of course, the Clippers upset the Jazz, despite Kawhi getting injured in Game 6. Everyone expected that it would probably be Suns versus Jazz before that series, but Kawhi, Paul George, and the Clippers knock them off. Well, the Clippers are without Kawhi for the Western Conference Finals against the Suns. The Suns win the first 2 games in Phoenix. Clippers get Game 3 in LA. Suns get Game 4 in LA, and almost everyone expects that the Suns will probably close it out back home in Phoenix in Game 5 with Zubac being injured, but Paul George has 41 points and just dominates, and so it's back to LA for Game 6 last night, where the Suns knocked off the Clippers 130-103. Chris Paul with 41 points, Devin Booker with 22 points, DeAndre Ayton with 16 points. The Suns just have a stacked team. Of course, Booker's played for the Suns since 2015. A lot of people expected he would end up leaving Phoenix because they were just a terrible team. And, you know, being a Warriors fan living here just reminds me of how bad the Warriors were for years and how everyone just got excited. I was 10 years old when they upset the Mavericks as the 8 seed, with the Mavericks being the 1 seed, 2006, 2007. That got me into, you know, being a sports fan. That's one of the things that got me in, because that was the first year I followed sports, you know, at all. So this 2020-2021 Suns team reminds me a lot of the 2014-2015 Warrior team. They both just came out of nowhere, and Warriors, of course, won it all that year. Ended up going to win 2 more, and this year, it's not over yet, but I expect the Suns to win it this year. Hopefully the Warriors can be back in it next year, but see what happens. But the Suns just have a stacked team. You know, Cameron Payne, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder. They're just, you know, an all-around fun team to watch. And, you know, I'm happy for all the loyal Suns fans out here because, like I said, you know, the Suns were a bad team for years, and a lot like Oracle Arena was in Oakland for the Warriors. The Talking Stick Arena, formerly known as the U.S. Airways Center, has always been packed. They've always been loud. 2010, back with Steve Nash, when the Suns last made the playoffs, an 11-year drought, and they've always had some loyal fans. And don't get me wrong, there were a lot of Warrior fans too when when we were the super team playing, and even before, even when the Warriors weren't that good a team, you know, their fans, they had always had a lot of fans in the Phoenix area too, but it was always, you always had a home court advantage at the Suns Arena, no matter how bad they were. A lot like with the Warriors. So, and another person I'm extremely happy for is Al McCoy, who's been the Suns play-by-play announcer since 1972. And for a lot like I do when the Warriors are in the playoffs and I mute the TV, listen to Tim Roy and Jim Barnett, or Tim Roy and Tom Tolbert, I've been listening to Al McCoy and Tim Kempton and having it synced up with the TV, because Al McCoy is a legend, 88 years old. I really want to see him get an NBA title this year. I really want to see the Suns win it all, mainly for him, of course, for all the fans in Phoenix, because it would be the perfect way for him to retire if they were to win it all. I don't even know if he's planning on retiring regardless of what happens, but that would be awesome to see that. So I really hope the Suns are able to knock off either the Hawks or the Bucks and bring a championship to Phoenix. So that's all I got. Danny G is out. Peace.